It is Thursday, October the 16th, 2025. My name is Thom Rigsby. Welcome to your AmCon Daily Brief. On today's show, why capability matters more than equipment and how real readiness comes from what you can do, not what you can buy. Let's get things started today with your daily sit rep, straight from the ASAT team, keeping watch for you.
This is your AmCon Daily Sit Rep for October the 16th, 2025. Up first today, Governor Gavin Newsom has signed Assembly Bill 1127 into law in California, a measure banning the sale of semi-automatic pistols that can be easily converted into fully automatic weapons, commonly known as machine gun convertible pistols. This law targets devices such as Glock switches and will make it unlawful for licensed dealers to sell these firearms starting July the 1st, 2026. Penalties for dealers violating the law include fines and potential license revocation, with exemptions for law enforcement and military agencies. Turning to national security, former NSA and U.S. Cyber Command head Tim Haw warns that China's capacity to hack U.S. infrastructure is expanding, reaching beyond military and industrial targets to utilities and critical services used by everyday Americans. A notable example is the breach of a water treatment plant in Littleton, Massachusetts, where unauthorized access was detected before any operational control could be taken. This emphasizes the growing importance of cybersecurity for all Americans, including the use of VPNs and strong password practices to protect home and work networks. In other news, there is a significant shift underway in emergency management policy. The federal agency FEMA is moving to a downsized role focused solely on catastrophic events, with states expected to assume greater responsibility for disaster preparedness and recovery. This shift could lead to less frequent federal disaster declarations, increased costs at the state level, and slower response times in multi-state emergencies. Preparedness at the community and individual level is now more crucial than ever. Looking ahead to weather, a powerful storm system is expected to bring severe weather from the Ozarks to the Mississippi Valley over the weekend. More than 30 million people from Texas to Ohio could see damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes. Portions of northeastern Texas to southwestern Illinois are especially at risk, with an elevated severe thunderstorm threat level. Residents in these areas should stay alert and prepare for potentially dangerous weather conditions. Finally, there is ongoing protest activity and potential civil unrest in various locations nationwide. Areas including Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and several cities in California continue to see demonstrations. Citizens are urged to maintain situational awareness, know their exits when attending public events, and report any suspicious activity to authorities and the ISAT team when safe. Today's weather summary includes a chance of showers and thunderstorms in parts of the Plains and Upper Great Lakes from Thursday into Saturday, with light snow expected in the northern Rockies and Great Basin. Locally severe weather is forecast for western Kansas and southwestern Nebraska today, with isolated flash flooding possible in eastern Montana and western North Dakota. Frost and freeze warnings are in effect for parts of the central Rockies and central Appalachians tonight into Friday morning. Space weather includes moderate geomagnetic storm activity, likely due to recent solar events. In upcoming events within the next week, there are workshops on water bath canning taking place in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, on October the 18th and again on October the 22nd. These sessions offer hands-on instruction on preserving harvests using the water bath method. Members can access the American Contingency Members-Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis ready.
There's a saying that I really like. You can't buy skill in a box. A friend of mine, Mark, learned that the hard way. He bought a top-of-the-line generator a couple of years back and never used it, never tested it. Then when the power went out, it didn't work. Meanwhile, his neighbor fired up an old beat-up generator when it was running lights and a fridge within minutes. Mark had the gear, but his neighbor had the skills. That's the difference between collecting and preparing. The truth is, a lot of people mistake owning gear for being prepared. It feels good, looks the part, but gear is just potential until you practice with it. Tools are multipliers. They make your capability stronger, but they can't create it out of nothing. That's why we've been changing our language. Instead of talking about gear lists, we're talking about capability checklists. Because readiness isn't about what's in your garage or in the closet. It's about what's in your head and in your hands. Knowledge, equipment, and practice create capabilities. Capabilities plus resources create capacity. And then when you add community to the mix, that's preparedness. If you've been with me for a while, you've probably heard me say that before. It's become sort of a mantra for me, and it's not just a catchphrase, it's a roadmap. When we focus on learning, training, and teamwork, we grow capability that lasts far longer than the lifespan of any gadget. So yes, buy good tools, but make sure you know how to use them, and make sure your team does too, because a shared skill set is far more valuable than a shared wish list. So here's your challenge today. This week, I want you to pick up one piece of gear that you already own, that you've already acquired, but you haven't really tested it, used it. Fire it up, take it apart, use it in a simple, safe drill. Better yet, show somebody else how to use it. The moment you share a skill, you double its value. All right, when we get together tomorrow, I'll finally tell you what all this has been leading up to. The next chapter in who we are and what's coming next for American contingency. 5 big changes you might have heard teased, but you'll definitely want to hear about. That's it for this edition of the AmCon Daily Brief. Thanks for listening. Members, check out our website or phone app for today's updates. Not part of the network yet? It's easy. Just head over to AmericanContingency.com and get connected. And please, share this episode with a neighbor, a friend, or a family member who could use it. They're depending on you. I'm Thom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.